There isn't a ton of Barbie stuff on my channel, but this is one of those times where I just had to make a video regarding this haul. I woke up one weekday morning and I found this Hollywood hair Barbie inside of this box that costed $12.50. Now, aside from her, which I looked up her worth, and it's pretty decent. I think I saw one out of box for $60 with the original outfit. But aside from her, in this box were all of these Barbies. Now, of course, I didn't keep them all. Like, she was, yeah, and it was nasty. Like, look at this. Gross. And I had to give them a really, really good wash. But I particularly really like this kind of era of Barbie, late 80s, early 90s. And I was shocked that all of these girls who I adore were all in this box for $12.50. So they definitely needed a deep wash, and their clothes needed a deep wash as well. These two were definitely my favorite out of the box because of their hair, and I was surprised that some of them were actually in not too bad of condition. Like, her hair was actually pretty healthy and only needed a light brush. Looked at their face-ups again in detail because I was shocked, and her hair unfortunately was the worst. Pretty ratty, pretty naughty, but nothing that a bunch of conditioner and some vigorous strength and immense amount of patience can fix. So of course I went on the journey of combing out their hair with conditioner, and I'll tell you that this took, I don't know, an hour, maybe a little longer, but obviously necessary because we had to throw out that ratchet, naughty, gross, just stretched out and just no good hair. Now, unfortunately, this girly, who is my favorite out of the bunch, she's balding, so she will need a little reroot at some point, and it's a shame because I love her hair. So maybe I'll try and find like a similar tone of blonde. I feel like I have to keep her bangs exactly as they are. And then I got them redressed in their freshly washed clothing and began the journey of restyling their hair. So as you can see now, they are much more clean. And I kind of switched their outfits around. These poor pants I ripped trying to get her on. I had conditioner on her legs. I had to re-rinse her. Patience. Patience is a virtue in this doll game. As for her, I decided to give her kind of like a side hairdo. I used a needle and thread to make a ponytail of sorts so that it wasn't too bulky, and I could really just push the underside of her hair all the way to the one side. And that seemed to work. I reinforced it with like another couple knots of thread. So her hair had like a really good style to it already. Because I dried them upside down, their hair had a lot of volume, and that's something I tried with Rainbow High, and now I'm just gonna do it from now on with all of my rooted head dolls. Dry their hair upside down. It was time for her, and because she had lost a lot of hair, and she even lost even more hair when I combed her out again after I washed her, I decided I would try this curling method with straws. So I just got these straws and these bobby pins. I knew I wasn't going to have enough bobby pins at home from the dollar store, and I wet her hair and I rolled her hair in these straws with gel, and this took an hour and a half. I didn't want to have like any areas that weren't curled, so I had to re-curl the very ends of the rods, and sometimes I cut the rod too if it was too long. So that took quite a bit of time. This girl, I didn't know what to do with her at first. I knew I wanted her to have like a really big poof. And so I had this idea to like hide a little bit of this cotton like wiping pad somewhere in her hair, and came up with this idea of like tying a ponytail directly up and like tucking this in to create like a little poof. I cut the excess off, and then I just kind of hid some hair over top, so you'll see later in the photos. As for her hair was already really healthy. I just wanted to make sure that it was like really nice and straight at the root, coming away from her face. There was like a little fold in her hair from it being in a ponytail, and she came with these cute little ribbons that I wanted to put back in her hair. She had like kind of half of her hair up in a little high ponytail. My throat was so dry, I needed some water. So yeah, top ponytail. Of course, you gotta wet the hair before you straighten it. I'm pretty new at styling doll hair, but I've picked up some tips along the way from YouTube, and her hair was already really straight, so I didn't end up straightening like her whole head. Just enough for those little kinks to come out, and made sure that I combed like her long hair to the back, had her bangs in the front, and then got that top ponytail back on her head. So this was probably the most gratifying experience. I picked up this little idea from a couple doll friends online, and it took pretty long to get all of these out. I didn't want any of the curls to get like messed up or mixed up together, so I was just being really careful in taking them out one by one, and some of the straws kind of stuck to the hair with the gel, so it was just like a little tricky loosening some of the curls, but her hair looks really full. Again, this is what they were like. She had, I would say, like the best hair. I didn't have to take too many knots out, and then I would say that she had the worst, and they all took a bit of time, but this is how they all turned out. So I do have this like vintage glass block window in my stream room, so I just photographed her in front of it. She is so cute. I'm so stoked that I got this outfit, and I think her hair turned out really fabulously. I didn't want to mess with it any further, like add any ponytails. I thought it looked fine just on its own. Tucked some of the front tendrils on the left over to the right, and yeah, I'm really excited to repurpose this outfit in this other video I have planned. Now, if you move her hair, you can see like the little white cotton pad that I had hidden underneath there. But in photograph and like here sitting down, you can see that you don't see it. For the other girl, I ended up meddling with her too much. I got frustrated, but I dried her upside down, so her hair was fine to be like that. And at first I thought I kind of hated these dresses, and I kind of thought they were tacky, but now that I see them side by side on these twins, they're kind of adorable, and I think that these girls, they just really complement each other. I ended up actually making a little stop motion video of them. You'll see it soon. Her, I didn't know how to photograph her, so I thought I'd whip out this little 80s salon and make her like the hairdresser there. She's very exotic to me, and I just adore her. Her face sculpt is so pretty. Her hair is unreal. It's like a dirty blonde, and I'm obsessed. I wish my hair, this is my goal hair. I seriously wish my hair was like this. It's got a couple different tones in there, like some dark blonde, some golden blonde, and yeah, I had to put it in my light box too and just admire her hair color a little bit more. These two girls I didn't really have to style. Like, she had the crimped hair on the right, but there's something about her eyes. I think they're like too far apart or something. I've seen her at the thrift store, like the same girl but a different girl with eyes looking a little better. Her, I love the shorts. I didn't have shoes for her, so I gave her those like Blythe Converse. They're a little big on her. Yeah, she fell. I had to pick her up. But I just love her hair, and I love this face up. I find it just so adorable and cute. And her hair ended up being super healthy and now extra bouncy because it's been freshly washed. And then her, I'm on the fence. I think I'm gonna try and like experiment and repaint over her face up, at least her eyes. I thought her hair was also really fantastic on its own, just like that, without styling it. So I left it, and yeah, here's the stop motion I came up with. It's actually a little sneak peek of a couple videos that I have in the works, so I hope you enjoy it, and comment below if you liked this video. Barbie, what a great audience. Yes, our audience knows no bounds. With our live action movie premiering just around the corner, there's been quite a bit of banter on us, wouldn't you agree? I honestly never thought I'd see us come to life. I guess dreams really do come true. Well, everyone, welcome. Today we've got a special treat in store for you. Shall we?